Hi everybody! I am so excited for us to read a little bit more from this book called All About Money, Discovering the History, Purpose, and Effects of Money. And so we're going to talk about a little bit about how money is made. We're going to talk about banks. Here's my bank. This is the bank that I keep my change in. I've had it for a long time. It's Mrs. Hippo. She keeps my quarters and dimes and pennies and nickels. A penny is 1, a nickel is 5, a dime is 10, and a quarter 25. So this is my little bank, but we're going to talk about the banks, the bigger banks that people put their money in. We're going to talk about a couple other things. So get ready, find a good spot to listen, and let's start. So we're going to start on this page. I marked them with little sticky notes. How is money made? Now, if you were part of our Teams meeting this morning, yesterday morning, then you know that we got to watch a little bit of a video about this that Miss Barkley showed us. But let's see what this book says. How is money made? Ever heard the saying, it's worth a mint? That's what people say about something that is extremely valuable. They say this because a mint is where coins are manufactured, where coins are made. So there's mint, like the flavor, like I love mint chocolate chip ice cream, but there's also a mint that is a place where they make coins. So those are homophones. Can you imagine how rich you'd be if you owned a money factory? We've got some bad news for you. You can't. Only governments are allowed to make money. People who make their own money are called counterfeiters. Only the government is allowed to make money because if there's too much money, it loses its value. So let's say there's only one Lego in the entire world. That Lego would be really, really expensive, right? But if there's lots and lots of Legos, then it would be cheaper. But what if everybody had their own Legos? Then you wouldn't even have to buy any Legos at all, so then it would be free. So if there's too much money, then it's not worth anything. So that's why the government has to make it. Because if there's too much money, it loses its value. It's a simple rule of supply and demand. The more common something is, such as sand, the less valuable it is. But the more scarce something is, such as gold, the more valuable it is. Therefore, the government has to walk a fine line between preserving money's availability and its value. So there's sand all over the world, right? Sand isn't expensive. You don't have to buy sand. You can just go to a beach and pick some up. But gold, that's expensive because there's not very much of it in the world. That's called supply and demand. Coins. Coins are made by heating metal strips and pressing them into thin sheets. American pennies are made from copper-coated zinc. Nickels from a mixture of copper and nickel. And dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars from layers of copper and nickel pressed together. These sheets are then cut into blank coins, just like you cut cookies out of dough. Then the coins are heated and cleaned before the designs are stamped on them. Stamping a coin takes over 40 tons of pressure. Bills. In the United States, bills are made by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, using special paper and complicated designs to make them difficult to copy. The paper is a secret mixture of cotton and linen. The ink is top secret as well. The paper is run through printing presses in huge sheets, much like newspapers. The images for each bill are engraved into steel printing plates that are kept under very high security. These plates are coated with ink and then stamped onto the bills in the printing press. Once the bills are printed, they are cut and bundled into packages ready to be sent off to the banks. The safest way to double your money is to fold it over once and put it in your pocket. Funny money. Do you know how to tell the difference between a real $20 and a fake one? Counterfeiters bet you can't. They try to make their own money carefully by trying to copy the designs, inks, and paper used by the government. Many bills have been redesigned in recent years to make counterfeiting even more difficult. Counterfeiting is a serious offense. It's illegal. If you're caught making your own money, you can get 15 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. And that has to be paid in real money. So there's a funny picture of a boy who, if money didn't have any value, that's what we can do with it, right? And then that's a counterfeit bill. Pretending. Alrighty, so that's how they make money. Let's see what our next page is going to be about. Let's see that. Banks. We're going to read about banks. How banks work. It may seem natural for your parents to deposit money, so to put money in the bank, and then take it out again when they need it. But have you ever wondered why your parents do this? A bank is basically a safe place to store money. A bank can be anything from a ceramic pig, mine's a hippo, to a sock drawer, to a building on the corner. Any place where your money won't get damaged or lost. But the building on the corner, the bank we're talking about, does more than simply store your money. It also lends money, so it gives money to people. And unlike your piggy bank, it pays you to keep your money there. In other words, banks allow you to make money with money. Now, how good is that? The money banks pay you is called interest. Interest is a fee paid to you for the privilege of renting your money while it's in the bank. When people put money in the bank, they usually don't need it all right away. So someone who needs money can rent some of that extra money in the form of a loan. When banks loan money, they charge interest. The bank keeps some of its interest for itself as profit and gives the rest back to people whose money they lent out, people like you. So when you put money in a real bank like your parents do, they get money for putting their money in the bank. It's not very much normally. It's a small percentage extra. So maybe if I put $5 in the bank, every month they'd give me an extra nickel, an extra 5 cents. That's called interest. Interest is calculated as a percentage of the total amount of money you have in the bank. For example, if you have $1,000 in your account and a 12% interest, you will earn $120 in interest by the end of the year. So that would be 1% interest per, actually I'm not sure. But it's saying if you have 12% interest for the whole year, then you have to use percentages to figure out how much extra money you get. So this person has a 12% interest, so they're earning an extra $120 in their bank account. Pretty cool. That's why a lot of people keep money in real banks and not just under their bed or in their piggy bank at home, especially if they have a lot of money. Let's talk about this, the future of money. Oh wait, did I show you the pictures on this page? Let's go back. Mostly it's just this big pig. And then there's a guy trying to calculate interest. He's trying to do a hard math problem, but he can do it. Okay, the future of money. As you've seen, money has gone through some tremendous changes throughout history, but that's nothing compared to where it's going from here. Big changes are already happening. Today we use bills and coins to buy things, but technology is making this less and less necessary. Now you can earn, save, invest, and spend money without ever actually having to see your money. For example, your parents can have their employer, so the person who's like their boss, give them their money straight into the bank. They can also have this money automatically withdrawn to pay bills or go to charity. All they ever see of it is the numbers on their bank statement. It's fast, clean, and painless. So instead of having to go to the bank and taking out maybe $20 from the bank, a dollar bill, and then walking to a charity and giving them that $20 to help, they can just get on the internet and type it in and say, I want $20 to go, $20 to go to this charity, and then it goes there. The internet is also changing the way we think about money. Now we pay bills and send and receive cash nearly at the speed of light to anyone in the world, and we never have to handle a coin or bill or seal an envelope. Some companies are also issuing cyber money, electronic money that can only be used on the internet. Some people question whether or not moving to a completely electronic form of money is wise or safe. On the plus side, electronic money is easy to store. It's just numbers. It's also quick and convenient. No one has to worry about having actual cash on them anymore. You just have to pull out your card. On the negative side, computer crime and credit card fraud are becoming more common as people break through bank security systems and steal enormous amounts of money. These people are difficult to catch because fewer people have this level of computer ability. Whatever the case, it seems that money is continuing to move quickly towards becoming completely electronic. One day, all we may have is a card, a computer chip, or simply a number that accesses all of our financial information. So, that's a guy giving his money to other things. So yeah, like now, maybe you've seen it before, we have Apple Pay. So some people use their phones and they just tap the phone and they pay and the money is on their phone. Or your parents maybe have credit cards or debit cards that they swipe and the money's on their card. And that's all forms of electronic money. Pretty cool. Let's see how to make money. Now this isn't just making money like stamping it, right, that they talked about, but how to earn money. Don't worry, this isn't a chapter on counterfeiting. By making money, we mean earning money, not printing $100 bills in your basement. You can earn money in one of 3 ways. Get a job. The most common way people earn money is by getting a job. With a job, you can make an agreement with an employer to trade some of your time for some of her money. How much money you get for your time depends on the difficulty of the job and the qualifications, skills, and experience you bring to the table. The more difficult the job and the more experience, skills, and education you have, the better you are paid. If you don't think you're making enough money at your job, there's 2 ways to change this. Work more hours or increase the value of your time by getting more education and learning new skills. So you can get a job to make money. Number 2, start a business. Another popular way of earning money is to start your own business. People who do this are called entrepreneurs. A business can be anything, from window washing to a clothing store to a computer repair service. You can own a big business where you employ a lot of people, or you can simply work out of your home. The key to having a successful business is offering a product or service for which people are willing to spend money. Invest your money. Many people earn all or part of their income by investing money in stocks, bonds, or real estate. By investing, you don't actually produce or do anything. You let your money do the work for you by lending it to someone else who makes it grow. This is a great way to make money, but it takes tremendous skill and years of learning and experience to do it successfully. You also need to earn and save the money before you invest it. So this says start your own business. Why not start your own business right now? This is a great way to start learning how money and business works. What skills can you use to make money? Can you rake leaves, mow grass, shovel snow, wash windows, babysit? Ask your parents to help you get started. So when you're older, when you're a teenager maybe, you'll be able to start your own business. Like this boy's thinking about all the ways he can earn money. Like he can sell newspapers, car wash, something like that. And this girl, maybe she's raking leaves to earn money. So we talked about today different ways that money is actually made, different ways to earn money, where money is going in the future and already is electronic money. And we also talked about, what was the last thing? Oh, banks. So hopefully those are some things that I didn't learn until I was way older. So you guys are getting really, really smart and growing your brains a lot already while you're at home. So keep doing that. See you guys later.